What's up, beautiful Scorpio, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to tune into your 2020 energy reading. This is actually the second time for me recording it. My phone dropped that, like whoop, it was the end of it, and I had to start over all again. So here we are again, and we're going to tune into your 2020 energy reading. You can use this reading for your sun, moon, or rising, or if you're cross watching for a loved one, of course, you can tune in, but don't forget to switch up the roles. You could also use this by looking at wherever you got Scorpio in your natal chart and maybe get some, accept more deeper information about certain areas and certain things that you might be going through in 2020, of course. What I want to say, oh yeah, of course, when you're listening to the reading, I want you to really tune into your intuition, into what resonates with you. Keep in mind that this is general reading. Use this as a gentle guide, but not so much as a hard, strict thing that you need to follow. Leave some leave some room for wonder and awe, for magic to happen and unfold during your year. Okay, so when I was tuning into your year, we're gonna we're going to do the overall energy, then we're going to look at what you need to release, what you need to focus upon in 2020, give you some channeled messages too. Then we're going to look at love, relationships, we're going to look at work, we're going to look at health, maybe even spiritual energy, and whatever steps you can take to make this your best possible year. So, that having said, I was tuning into your energy and I was tuning into your energy, and what I saw was a car driving, and then a car being stopping at the side of the road because it broke down, and I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna give Scorpio let that be their 2020 energy. Like, why are you bringing me this? And then I saw the Tower card appear in my mind, and I was like, oh, really? But what I then saw was you standing at the side of the road with your broken down car, and there was some service coming down to fix your car up. And as soon as you were driving an old car, it was an old car, it was a car that was it was getting you places, but it wasn't really quick. It broke down every now and then. It had some instructions on how to drive it, even though you knew the instructions at the back of your mind, you knew how to operate this car, how to work with this car. Even though it was not the best out there, it got you places, and you were grateful. Most of you Scorpios were grateful, or thought that this was it. You thought that this was your Ferrari. You thought that this was your magical whatever. Yeah, so you were really happy with how you moved about in life. Now, of course, you could think about a few upgrades and things getting better, but overall I feel like the vehicle of life that you chose, you were happy with that. I saw the surface coming down to fix your car, and then all of a sudden, pop, boom, the car was fixed, and it was a Lamborghini. It was no longer the old car. It was no longer the old broken down car with two different types of paint and things put together to keep the car driving. It was no more a survival car, but it was a brand new Lamborghini. And I saw that you needed to learn how to drive all over again, because now you got this Lamborghini and you were about to drive, and you were it was going not really smoothly. It was actually maybe even a little bit hard for you to drive this car. And that was what I definitely saw for you. When I asked what this means or what this meant, I feel like whatever structure you have built for yourself, or whatever idea you had the years before this, when it comes to who you are and what you want to do with your life, I feel like this is about to change. Something is about to break down. This could be for some of y'all in relationship area, for some of y'all in work related areas, or even personal areas. The Tower card said, something is going to shake up the foundation. Something is going to whatever's not built sturdy, whatever's not working, or whatever is actually outdated, is going to be released in the beginning of 2020 is what I'm definitely feeling. Some of y'all will be taking on a little bit longer, and then you will be handed your Lamborghini. And with your Lamborghini, I feel like there's definitely going to be a major great upgrade in 2020, especially if you're not going to struggle and decide when your car breaks down to call somebody and pick you up. If you just stay there and let the car repairman come. And what does that mean, what I'm saying right now? I feel like it is important for you to reach out for help in 2020. Don't try to fix things by yourself. Don't try to like carry all the weight, right? That was what I was feeling. So yeah, you got your upgrades, but now you need to learn to adjust to an entirely new life. It could be an entirely new job or way of being, a way of how you create your financial stability or your emotional stability, your mental stability, the way you look at your family or the way you have a family. Friendships may even come about, maybe even your entire self. You need to re-explore yourself because you're upgraded, you're changed, and maybe even for some of y'all it's going to be in all areas of your life. I kind of feel like whatever is going to be upgraded is going to definitely have influences in all areas of your life. So whatever is happening in 2020 is going to be a major transformation for you. 2020 is the year of 4. 2 and 2 creates 4. 4 is all about foundation, stability, planning, organizing, coming to the root cause of why things are the way they are, looking at your life. 4 is also the year where I feel like there's going on at 4. 2020 is also the year where I feel like a lot of people will be moving into entrepreneurship or starting things of themselves or thinking about how they want to work in a different manner because I feel like they want to have a lot of like time with their family or personal time themselves to be and explore themselves and grow and have this experience called life instead of working your entire life. Like I kind of feel like you're tired of that now. So that was the energy that I was picking up when I looked at your channel messages, when I got some channel messages for you. Now we're going to look at your team for 2020. Beautiful Scorpio. Oh. The card that I got for you is Observe, right? So the Observe card to me talks about you taking the time out to look at things from different perspectives. I feel like 2020 is going to create different possibilities for you, but you need to be able to take a step back, to embrace the car breaking down, and to look at it from a distance, to see how you're going to go about your day. Are you going to call someone to pick you up? Are you going to call the fixing company to fix your car? I don't know how it's called in English, but you know what I'm saying here. I feel like you need to pay close attention to your emotional responses and mental responses in 2020. If there are ways that are like, if you're responding in ways that remain like very low vibrational or fear-based or scare-based, don't judge yourself, but like look at it, observe it, and try to react or respond in a totally different manner. I feel like 2020, you got the opportunity to create a totally new foundation, or even if you don't want to create a total new foundation and the universe is not pushing you to, I feel like you will be able to upgrade your foundation in order to build something that will last. A Ferrari is a car that has a lot of speed there, a lot of possibilities. Sorry, 1 second. Oh. Yes, I needed to turn the sound down. But a Ferrari is a car that has a lot of speed, right? So you can get at places really fast if you learn to observe and move accordingly. Like, listen to your intuition, look at what is the best possible outcome. And I know you can do this. I know you can think about things. I know you Scorpios are like good at thinking things through, and there's, you can be a lot in your mind also. There's a lot of emotion for you there too, but I kind of feel like your emotions and your thoughts need to be aligned with one another, especially in 2020 when it comes to what you're trying to manifest. So let's see what the other cards are saying here. Let me pull 4 for you. So what is 2020 going to hold for these beautiful Scorpios? Every now and then I need to remind myself to look at the camera. There's so much information coming through. You're just like, I feel like you're going in a new direction. Like some of y'all have been going about your life walking or taking a bicycle, and all of a sudden you got a Ferrari in your lap. Not in your lap, that would be really strange. Maybe a toy Ferrari, but that's not going to get you anywhere. But all of a sudden you got like a Lamborghini. I'm not saying like maybe one person out there gets a Lamborghini or a faster car, like really definitely like getting a faster car, a better or upgraded car. That's definitely possible for you, especially when it comes through, even if it's like a symbolic, it could be like created in the physical realm for you. Some of you maybe even get a driver's license when you don't have one yet. But I definitely feel like it has to do with the way you move about in your life, your way of doing things. There's a lot about change. Oh yes, definitely. I like it. Okay, so you got some interesting cards, beautiful cards. I have to say, I really like it. The first card I got for you is the Death card. Sounds a little bit scary. I know some people get really afraid when they hear the Death card, but look at this card. It looks even beautiful. There's one door closing for you on the other side, yeah. And there's another door opening. You just need to like make the decision to cut off whatever needs to be cut off. Then we got the Three of Pentacles. I love it. Then we got the Hermit. Oh, yes. And then we got the Seven of Cups. So what I'm seeing here for you, this is a beautiful year, Scorpio. I'm seeing the death of you. I'm seeing the end of you. And not in a bad way. We saw that the Tower card came to me when I was doing the channeled messages for you, when I was connecting to Spirit, to the universe, to your spirit guides. I was definitely getting a Tower card. Tower card could also be the Death card. Something ending, something changing drastically. Like if there's a massive shift in you in 2020. And I kind of feel like this will be the year where you are, if you look back at it, this will be the year that you mark down as, oh, this is where it all started. Maybe not all started, but this is where it all shifted, definitely. This is the energy that I'm picking up here, and I'm really happy for you. I feel like there are multiple opportunities coming to the horizon, but first some doors need to close. I also feel like some doors need to close in order to help you move forward, because I feel like you might remain stuck in a certain energy or a certain state of mind that's actually really enabling you, as long as that door stays open. So the door needs to close so that you can move on or move forward or get out of a certain situation, energy, state of mind, and move on to the next best thing. I don't want to say, that sounds really bad, the next best thing. I don't feel like you're moving on to the next best thing, the next best you. Yeah, if I would say the next best thing, sounds really not how I want to say it. The next best version of you, the version of you that you would not be able to reach if you would have stayed into the opportunity where the door is closing now for you. So this is actually a really good thing, even though it might feel very uncomfortable, and it might create a fogginess, like a fogginess energy. Fogginess energy. It could also be depression, burnout, anxiety, or addictive patterns that will arise or might arise for you. So yeah, I definitely feel like you're going to cut off some ties. I feel like some of y'all Scorpios will be getting new relationships, or need to cut off some relationships that are no longer working or that are very low vibrational. But it's going to be a good thing. I see a lot of collaborations though. I see you working together with people in 2020. This is not necessarily family, although you could be working together with family or a loved one when you're starting a business or having a business or creating certain projects. But I see you needing to have like, I feel the balance in communication. Teamwork is going to be of essence for you. I also see some of y'all will be getting a mentor or a coach trying to help you to the next level, I feel like as soon as you do things together with people, people that you trust, people that you care about, and for some of you even like people that you don't know, people that you might even meet this year, 2020, working together is going to be creating magic. Like you with the car and with the car repairman working together. If you'd done it by yourself, you wouldn't have gotten a Lamborghini, okay? So it is important to work together with people. Also, this means to me that you need to keep in mind that everybody has a different personality, and that you can coexist and live together and be successful together with different personalities, if you focus upon each other's strength instead of the things that you don't like, or looking at how different you are. Stop looking at how different you are and start embracing the good qualities of the people that are surrounding you, not just in business but also in your personal life. Everybody has good qualities, even the people that you might not like, or that might trigger you, or that might like be toxic to you, they also have good qualities. There might not be the good qualities that you need in your life at this point if it comes with a dose of toxic energy, but I definitely feel that you need to focus upon the person's positive qualities, and voice them. Express the way you want to work with people, express gratitude. That would help you a lot. I feel like with the Hermit card, there's going to be a chunk in 2020 where you will be retreating, where you will be integrating energy, emotions, feelings, thoughts, and this is going to be before the end of the year. I think it's going to be around the summer, maybe, yeah, the summer. I think about around the summer that this will happen for you, where you will be retreating yourself a little bit, will be focused or more inwards. You might not be as social as usually. Goes not for all Scorpios, but I feel a greater part of the Scorpios will be very influenced about the planetary energies surrounding the summer. And what I feel is that this is really necessary. Don't fight it. This is going to ignite the fire in you. This is going to help you manifest things quicker. This is the observe energy. This is you taking the time out to observe yourself, to observe life, to observe certain situations. This is you dealing with a door closing and a new door opening. But before walking through the new door, you first need to clean up some stuff and need to cut some ties, or like make some decisions, and you need to do that in either silence or introvert energy. So even if you're going like out and about in your day and doing things, there's still going to be an energy that's going to pull you back, where you feel comfortable at home, where you feel comfortable in silence. Or, and some of you might not have dealt with your demons and you might not feel that comfortable in your own silence, but I feel like the universe will still call you back to focus upon that silence. Having done that will create a lot of opportunities. With the Six of Cups, I feel like there might be an overwhelming amount of opportunities available to you in 2020. You might have the possibility to choose out different Lamborghinis, or to pick out whatever car you would actually like to drive. I feel like, and this is not even, I want to say that the Lamborghini is not a rental. The Lamborghini is a massive upgrade, okay? So for some of y'all that might think, oh, maybe it was a rental car. No, it was not a rental car. It's definitely an upgrade on your own car. What I'm feeling here is that there will be opportunities in the love department to upgrade your relationship, or to get a better relationship. Also with yourself, your relationship is reflecting the way you feel about yourself. So if there's something that you do not like about your relationship, there's definitely something that needs to be healed inside of yourself, that you need to address inside of yourself. Therefore, after addressing it in yourself, you need to address it to your lover, to your person, to your soulmate, or your twin flame. And from that point on, you guys need to either fix it, or break it off, and you need to go about your life and break it off, especially when the person is not willing to fix it, or the person is not willing to change things, or work with you. Then you would be better off starting anew with a new car. Yeah. For some of you, I feel like there's going to be some business upgrades, where you will be benefiting financially. So that's going to be good energy for you. Let me see. Yes, sorry. We're going to tune in now into your what you need to release in 2020, beautiful Scorpio. All of a sudden there came this calm energy over me. So I feel that whatever you're going to deal with in the end, or near the end, maybe possibly in the summer, there will be this weird calm feeling, even though you might be in midst of a storm, or you might be in midst of standing beside the road waiting on the company to fix your car. I feel like there's this calm energy of you observing yourself and the situation. I don't know why I had to shuffle this long though. Oh, this is funny. I just thought, oh, I was shuffling and I didn't drop a card. Oh, interesting. And then I dropped a card. So there's probably like 4 things that you need to change. Sorry, 2 fell out, so I'm going to take them with me, because I definitely was just thinking about it and it fell. So first thing is surrender to passion. This card says get out of your head. Get out of your head. And feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passions and let it flow. I'm going to tell them all, and I'm going to tell you what I feel. Surrender worry. Yes, it says make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. Then we have the 2 that dropped out. We got surrender to receiving love and support. Please do so. Allow the love and support of others in. Rather than trying to handle everything yourself, this can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. And then surrender your fear of change. And this card says, the universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whenever you are afraid of change in your job, your health or relationship, or your fear of aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. Yes, so what I'm feeling here, this is a very strong message for you, Scorpio. I really feel like they're all for you, Scorpio. There's nothing that dropped off that is not like, nah, maybe she just fell down, the cards just fell. No, this is definitely for you. What I'm feeling here, starting with the worry energy, I feel like you're too much in your mind. I feel like you are going, like there are waves of things happening in your life, and you are thinking about it. You are trying to think about how you can fix them. You're like so responsible, or thinking about like trying to be responsible. Like you're carrying a lot of people's weight, or even if it's not carrying people's weight, you're in your mind, you're carrying a lot of people's weight. There's like things that you take on that you don't need to take on. You're trying to be responsible, or you are responsible for a lot of things, and I feel like at times it gets the best of you. And 2020 is actually really telling you that it's time for you to not to release the responsibility, but like share the responsibility, like express whatever feeling there might be and then release it. Stop being so much in your mind, because I feel like you're often thinking of things ahead of time. And of course, there's this intuitive feeling that you can have. But I feel like sometimes you're thinking in a worst case scenario, and you'll definitely need to let that go. And now I feel like I need to talk about the fear of change though. like I said in the beginning, some of y'all are driving an old car and you have been so very comfortable with it and you thought like this is the car that gets me there. Like I don't know if I'm going to buy a different one because I don't know how to drive it, because this car drives the way like I know how to put the car in this position and keep the door a little bit open when I drive, and then the door gets like whatever it may be that you and I'm not even talking about real cars, people. I'm talking about the way you have designed your life to move forward and to do things in certain ways that they work. They get you where you need to go at a certain level. But if you want to go at a higher level, you need to like get a different car, a car that works, that doesn't need all those things. And yes, you need to adjust yourself. You need to, there's this change that's going to come in your life. And maybe Scorpio, you don't like change that much. Maybe you like the comfort of knowing how things are going and how things are working. And when things change all of a sudden, it might be a little bit uncomfortable for you. But this is going to be a year where you definitely need to surrender that fear of change, because first it might look like it's going to be something bad with the worry energy of you, right? With you thinking about worst case scenarios. The car broke down and you thinking about, oh my god, maybe I'm going to like the car is going to break down and it's not going to work, or maybe I need to like step far away because otherwise the other car would hit me. Like you're thinking about a million things happening way ahead of time. And yes, at some points you're right, you're correct, and some of these things might happen to you, but a lot of the times it's just too much thinking, too much fearful thinking. And this change is definitely going to come. You cannot like, it's going to come. Just embrace it. Okay. Then we got the passion. So I definitely feel with this card, it is time for you in 2020 to get back to the passion, to get back to that fire inside of you. And some of you might not even have met that fire yet. Some of you might have just rolled with the punches and driven your car and haven't felt that, oh my God, a Lamborghini energy. Okay, this year you need to focus on, oh my God, a Lamborghini energy. Yeah, you're like, what? And you're going to drive it and it's going to be exciting and it's going to be scary and it's going to be like, you're going to feel so much fire inside of you. I want you to feel that this year, the entire year. It might be scary starting off. It might be uncomfortable. You might not know how to navigate in whatever field you're going. Like if you're going to explore your partner all over again, it's going to be a scary energy. It's going to be fearful. You're going to be a little bit insecure because you might not know how to drive. If you're going to get in a new job or do something, whatever you're going to do, there's going to be some new area on the surface where you need to work, where you need to like pay attention, where you need to learn how to go about this, like driving this car, right? And I want you to be excited about it. As long as it's exciting or exciting you, or you feel a form of excitement in your life, you are moving in the right direction. If you don't, you're moving in the wrong direction. Then receiving love and support. I feel like you have been doing a lot of by yourself or alone. You have been feeling alone, or you have not felt the support and love that you actually wanted to feel. And I really think that it's very important for you to stop playing hard, or to stop playing independent, or to stop playing like you have it all together. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for support. It's okay to receive love. Because I feel like some of you have been driving that old car because there has been a thing in your mind that has been installed from childhood. I know I pronounced that wrong, but I feel that it's been there from childhood that's making you feel like you're not good enough, or you don't deserve this because you did A or B or C. You don't deserve to be happy because do-do-do-do. You don't deserve to have love because do-do-do-do. Or you're treating yourself as less than your partner, or you're treating yourself as less than the company that you're in. You are like, I want to say, a high quality diamond. You are like an amazing soul, an amazing being. It's time for you to start accepting in love and accepting in and asking for support. Like receiving support and letting other people help you is also a form of intimacy. Creating intimacy with this person, creating a vulnerable space for you to connect with someone and for someone to give the best gift of all, being able to give you something that you need at that point. Like receiving is also giving a gift to somebody else. Yeah. So it's not just for you, if that's the case that you're thinking like, oh God, I'm not gonna do that. It's for someone else too. Like you need to have balance in giving and receiving. Otherwise, if you're not accepting the help of the car repairman, he will not get the Lamborghini, baby. And I feel like you want to drive the Lamborghini. That's going to take you places. Oh, different places. And quicker than you think. There's some success connected to that Lamborghini. And I'm not talking about like as in status or like, ooh, there's a lot of money and people with a lot of money are successful. I'm talking about that Lamborghini is going to bring in a whole bunch of different types of success, abundance for you. Okay, now we're going to tune into whatever you need to focus upon in 2020, beautiful Scorpio. Okay, so the cards that I got for you is support. Well, we talked about this just now. Accepting in support, focusing on getting the support that you need. Here on the back of this card says, offer your support to someone, experiencing the joy of service of others. But I definitely feel this, you have been of service. This is not for you. Maybe there's one or two out of you in the universe, 212 Scorpios in the universe that have not been offering support to people and have been really focused upon themselves. I know most of you Scorpios have been of service in some way or another, been trying to be there for people, being a listening ear, giving some guidance, giving like some good energy, healing, really helping financially or some other way. That was really strange how I said it. But for those of you, yeah, definitely support. For all the other Scorpios, you need to receive support. You need to ask for support. You need to find new ways to support yourself. Then we got dance, and this dance energy is all about you stepping in your light, you dancing to your own song, you dancing to your own, like move that energy away. Like I feel like you need to focus up on what you're good at. I feel like you need to focus up on seeing yourself through a different light, through a different, like looking yourself in the mirror and finding an upgrade of who you are. To put it in perspective, if you were the old car, you are about to turn into the Lamborghini. Now it's time for you to start seeing yourself as the Lamborghini and no longer as the old car. Not saying there's anything wrong with old cars, but the Lamborghini is the upgrade that you needed in your life to get you where you want to go. So then we got independence. And here this card says, decide for yourself, exercise your right to choose. You all are very independent. Some of y'all have been struggling with being able to get your independence to a next level and might have an attitude of independence. But it is okay to ask for help. It is okay to ask for support. And with the independence energy here also, I feel like you get to decide in your 2020. You have the right to decide if you are going to ask for someone to pick you up or if you're going to ask for support. If you're asking for someone to pick you up, this is your God-given rights. This is your birthright. You can do, you have free will. You can do whatever you want to do with your life. But you're not getting the Lamborghini. Or at least not anytime soon. Maybe you're going to bring it to the repair shop later on. I don't know how you're going to go about your life. But ask for help and support in 2020 is going to bring you places, beautiful Scorpio, that's going to like rock your world. And then on the back of the card we had clearing. Clear out the clutter. When in doubt, throw it out. I just want to mention that. I don't know who needs it. So now we're going to look at relationships in 2020 for my beautiful Scorpio people. Let me see. Oh, we got 2 cards. So, in Dutch it says, romantische gevoelens. Je gevoelens zijn echt, en de moeite waard om te onderzoeken. En dan hebben we vertrouwen. En deze kaart zegt, jeuk op mijn hoofd. Deze situatie doet een beroep op je vertrouwen. I got like an itch on my head. So, I said this in Dutch, didn't I? Sorry, that was Dutch. So what it says in English is your romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth examining. And then it says trust. And it says the situation you are embarking on or asking about is asking you to trust, have faith, to trust, have faith. And I said that I was having an itchy head when I was looking at the trust card. So I was thinking about what this means. I feel like you might be overthinking a situation. You might have been overthinking a certain relationship, and there might be some trust issues, or you might have a hard time trusting either yourself or the person you are with, or just people in general at this point. I feel like the connection that you have with a loved one is definitely worth deepening, is definitely worth fighting for, is definitely worth upgrading. For some of y'all that are single, I feel like you might come across a person and you might have some distrust or are a little bit afraid, but the feelings that you're having are definitely worth exploring and examining and expressing. And I feel like this might be a relationship, or you either get a relationship out of it that is really working, or you get to know yourself on a different level that's going to lead you to your Lamborghini. Lamborghini could also be love. Oh wait, I've dropped another card. This is the show of dropping the cards. So, engagement fell out. So some of y'all might get, as soon as you trust, I feel like you might get a deeper connection, a deeper commitment, a deeper engagement. No. A deeper connection, and you get an engagement, a pregnancy, getting in a house together, living together, or any other form of higher commitment. At the end, when you trust and when you commit and when you explore, I feel like this is going to be what comes to the surface. You committing to this person, or this person committing to you. Renewed energy there. I feel like this is going to be after the hermit period though. There needs to be some introspect. There needs to be a door that closes before one opens. So let's tune into, and not drop any cards, your work energy or purpose or schooling or job or business. So what I got for you is we got self-love. Yes. Soaking it all in. Then we got yes. And then we got synchronicities. So what I'm feeling here, this is beautiful though. I feel like you will be upgrading. I feel like you will be upgrading, but in order to upgrade, you need to see yourself through in a different light. You need to stop connecting yourself so much to the old car and start embodying the Lamborghini. Start seeing yourself as a more worthy person. Dream bigger, set higher goals in your business. When you study, I feel like you need to trust more upon what you're capable of and start making moves. I feel like you put either a lot of yourself aside for other people, or you were just afraid to move into a new direction, afraid of failure, afraid of whatever it may be. And now is the time this year to work on your self-love. This having said, I feel like in 2020 is going to bring some roots to the surface for you that are definitely going to help you address why you are who you are today. And this is coming to the surface with the bathwater to help you heal that and get yourself in a higher situation, higher way of looking at yourself. A spiritual upgrade, mental upgrade, physical upgrade, a material upgrade. There's going to be a lot of upgrades, and it's going to be scary at first because it's the tower energy, it's the dead energy, it's a broken down car at the side of the road. energy. But this is going to bring you places. The yes card is actually telling me it's important for you to move forward, to say a lot of yes this year, to new projects, new things, to trusting in yourself, to be excited and motivate yourself when it comes to doing the work. If you feel like you want to upgrade or you want to go into a different direction, this is definitely the year to do so. I feel like you have been called to it. Either you have been feeling like your work isn't like really fulfilling you anymore, or you don't feel how do I say this? You don't feel that they value you. I feel like there is this energy of you stepping out of this, out of something old and into something new. But you have been getting all these signs. Like you might have gotten on the road, like this car has duct tape, this car has like all sorts of things to keep it all together. There's been a lot of signs, like the light blinking, that your car is empty while you're actually filled it up, and you don't know, like all these lights blinking in the car. Like there's a lot of signs that have been happening, a lot of things that have been pushed to the surface, a lot of ideas, a lot of like dreams coming true. I feel like there's a lot of things happening in the right timing, in the right order. So everything is happening in divine timing and order for you, and especially in the work, study, and those type of energies. And you need to trust that and follow the paths. I always say, if you're thinking about something more than 3 times, or if something is coming to you on your path more than 3 times, if you have a hard time trusting your intuition in the first place, this is definitely a sign. Yeah. And for those of you who listen to your intuition straight away or know exactly, okay, this is my intuition telling me something, kudos for you. That's a good thing. Follow it. And that was not like meant in a really wicked way, but like follow it. Like your intuition is telling you things 2020, follow it. Observe and follow. Okay, we're looking into your health now. So when I'm looking into your health, what I'm seeing here is you might have a lot of mental things going on. We got the mental conflict energy. So there might be some of y'all dealing with depression. We got like the energy on the death card too. Like I felt like depression, addiction, anxiety, whatever mental things might have been going on for you. I feel like this in 2020 is going to ask your attention. You need to make a decision when it comes to this. You need to make a decision and move into a different direction. We got this card. We got the rejoice and celebration. This is actually telling me that some of y'all might have been having some struggles with addiction, with overindulging, with going out too much in order to not feel. I feel like Scorpios have been either denying feeling or suppressing some feelings that have been coming to the surface. Might have been feelings connected to family, or with this book here, to religion, or to status quo, or to what people expect of you, and you wanted to break out of the energy, out of the stigma, out of the how can I express it better? Pattern. You wanting to break out of the pattern. It has been a challenge though. So I definitely feel like you need to look at your weight. You need to look at your physical body and what you put into your body, especially if it's not good or if it's not healthy. The universe will definitely guide you towards a better, healthier lifestyle. Don't let that be the tower moment. Don't let that be the tower moment. I really wish upon you a healthy body, mind, and soul. Don't let like your physical and mental and emotional and spiritual health be the tower moment. If it is, it is, and it's going to bring you the Lamborghini. But I really hope that you can listen to your intuition, listen to the guidance, and move forward in the correct way. Get some help or guidance, wisdom from somebody that might be able to help you, therapist, dietist, a fitness coach, a spiritual somebody. That sounds wrong. Somebody. Spiritual somebody. A spiritual, a spiritual coach, or a spiritual, like, pick a great one though. If you pick a spiritual coach, pick one that you feel really drawn to, one that has done the work. Otherwise, it will not be helping you, and you will still get the tower moment, but it might even be a little bit hard or harder for you to deal with. Yes. Then we're going to look at, last but not least, your spiritual energy 2020 and the steps that you should take to get your best possible life. Beautiful Scorpios, this is your last message. So what I'm getting here for you is a leap of faith. This card says, you go first, the universe will catch you. Then we got the priestess. And this card says, how are you being called to step up and lead? So what I'm feeling for you, spiritual Scorpios is what I want to say. Well, spiritual Scorpios. What I'm feeling for you is that 2020 is going to call upon you to move forward, to take a leap of faith. You can no longer stand at the edge and just watch. Yeah, you can observe for a little bit, but if you don't jump, if you don't leap, the universe is going to push you. And being pushed off the edge always feels a million times scarier, and like if you're really going to die than if you're jumping off and taking a leap of faith. That sounds really strange, but like I don't want to say like jumping off the cliff, but taking a leap of faith. Yeah, trusting that the universe will provide for you. Either way, you if you're going to be pushed or if you're going to take a leap, you will in both ways I feel like you will get at your destination, but one is going to be really hard. The being pushed off the cliff is going to be really hard, or if you're going to jump off the cliff, it's going to be I feel like the landing will be softer. Yeah. I'm kind of getting in my mind the rabbit hole, Alice, of like in going down to Wonderland, like jumping down the rabbit hole. I feel like that type of energy. There's going to be a soft landing. There's going to be some wicked things around you when you fall down. But eventually you're going to get in some magic space where you might even think about, am I dreaming? Am I really driving this Lamborghini? Yes, you are. With the priestess energy, I definitely feel like it's time for you to get into a better space, to take direction of your life, to ask for help, to step into who you really are, and to stop making yourself smaller, to stop doubting your gifts or your abilities, to stop driving this freaking old car, knowing that it will work. Yes, it will, but you can drive a Lamborghini. Stop doing that. Like, let go of the old car. I'm thinking about the meme. There's a little child holding a bear, and then there in this meme there's Jesus bowing down and like asking for her to deliver that bear to him, and then holding a very big bear on the back of behind his back. And if you don't like Jesus reference, then just cross it out with whatever you like. But like she's hesitant to give him that bear. She's like, I like this bear. It's my bear. The bear is totally broken down. It's small. And it's like it's the old car. And he on his back has a very big brand new upgrade. So you need to trust that whatever the universe, God, or whoever you want to call it, is taking from you, it's going to replace it with something better or something new. Yes. So we got things that you need to focus upon, things that you can do is deep breaths. We got meditate, and we got aromatherapy. So I feel like you need to pay attention to your breathing, especially in moments where you feel anxious. I feel like meditative state is going to be all about you going inward, going to fix things. You can do this with your breathing. You can get into a meditative state with your breathing, and you should also use aromatherapy. So this could be using a diffuser, this could be using essential oils. This will really help you to get a clear mind. Use citron grass, is that even a word? And use mint to help you get a more clear mind when you need to make decisions. So beautiful Scorpio, this is your reading. It's been a long one, like almost 50 minutes down. This is your reading. I really hope that it resonates. Let me know down in the comments, what are you going to release of your 2020, and what are you going to pick up on, or 2019, sorry, and what are you going to take with you in 2020? It's been a long night. We're going to finish this. I thank you for your support in 2019, for the rapid growth of my channel and your trust in me and your likes, shares, and comments. I really appreciate, and I really hope to be upon this journey with y'all in 2020. Wish you a beautiful, beautiful year.